Anybody else have those days where you just feel like you're going to burst into tears for no reason? And it's not even hormonal this time. This is like actually how I feel. I just don't know how to be single, guys, and it's giving me like severe anxiety. I just feel by myself. Like, I just love having a partner there to text, to call, to feel like somebody actually cares about you. I feel like I do everything by myself. Like, I'm always by myself, you know? And I love having a partner, and it's so hard not to just be like, I'm gonna get a boyfriend. I don't know how to be by myself.
Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are getting real about the worst part of being single. And trust me besties, it's not what you think. Of course, loneliness can be very tough, but for many of us there's something even harder than that, like the lack of emotional support and validation. But before we dive into the video to find out more, do not forget to like the video, do not forget to subscribe, and drop in the comment section the worst part of being single for you.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single, but the worst part for me of being single is when you have a bad day and you come home from work, and you come home to your empty apartment and you walk in and it's really dark, all the lights are off, and it's also really quiet, and you're the only person there. And you just kind of realize how alone you actually are. And then you just sit down on your couch and you realize, like, wow, I'm the only one who lives here. There's nobody here to give me a hug or comfort me or to listen to how my day went. So that's the thing I miss about relationships the most, is that there's no emotional intimacy when you're single. You don't really have like a person or your person. Sure, you can text all your friends, but they're probably going to respond in 1 to 2, 3 business days. And by then you'll probably be over it. So yeah, it just sucks on the really bad days or when you're sick. I know when I'm sick, I spend a hell of a lot of money on DoorDash because I deadass cannot drag myself out of my apartment to go to CVS when I'm sick like a dog. I feel like it's too much of a burden to ask my friends to deliver medications for me. It's just like when you have those really bad days, just re-emphasize that, damn, I really am all alone in this world, all by myself.
This is going to be a vulnerable post, and I hope that you guys give me the grace and space to talk about how I feel, because I don't think it's an uncommon feeling, and I also want to know if anybody else can identify with it. Being single is starting to feel like a punishment, and this is coming from somebody who generally really does enjoy being single, and I really value my solitude. Now, I think there are a few things that are playing into this feeling. I can definitely identify that for me personally, I think the emotion is coming from a place where I am longing for somebody else to really care for me. I'm longing for somebody to really want me. I'm longing for somebody to be interested in me genuinely. And before y'all say it, I am in therapy. I've been in therapy for over a year now, and it does work wonders. And I do love myself. I pour into myself. I am selfish. And I have done the work to actually decenter men and relationships. But I am still simultaneously wanting companionship. I think the second thing at play for me is never being anybody's first choice. And it's just so conflicting because I understand that male validation is a check that you can never cash. But that doesn't take away the human desire I have to be wanted. And I would like to be wanted by somebody who is a peer, not an older man that just wants somebody younger than him, and definitely not somebody who feels like they're settling for me. There are so many other reasons. I don't think I can fit them all in one video, so let me know if y'all want a part 2. But the last point I'm going to leave you guys on, for me, is just sheer loneliness. I have an amazing friend group, I have great family, and I am always in good company with myself. But I feel like over time, being single, there is a really large part of myself that I constantly have to suppress, and it makes me sad that I don't get to use that piece of myself often enough. That is a desire to nurture somebody, to love somebody, to care for somebody, and just be vulnerable with somebody.
You want to know what the worst part about being a single mom is you get robbed of a certain motherhood experience. It just doesn't exist for you when you're a single mom. You don't get to operate in a certain way because you're carrying a different type of load. And that, I think, is the most frustrating / heartbreaking thing, because it's just like, damn, if I had a different level of support, the way that I could run, the way that I could carry it. And props for how you carry the load that you have, but it's just like you sit there and you think like, oh, how great could I have been had I had the certain level of support that I deserved during pregnancy, during raising your children, whatever that looks like. It's just like, I don't know, sometimes I have that moment of reflection where I'm like, wow, not only did you like not show up, you stole something from me.
Well, I've just unlocked a new level of being single, and that's moving through grief alone. I had grief and sadness when I split up from my ex-husband, but it was also coupled with that need for action, rebuilding a life, that eye towards the future. There was always a next step, so I couldn't really fully marinate in constant grief. But having to be alone when I put down my dog Max is a grief that just sits there like an elephant on my chest, feeling that empty void and loss, feeling the guilt that I couldn't provide him with the same life he had when I was married. He had a nice big yard where he could, sunbathe, see things, smell things, play, feeling the regret that I wasn't always present, to love him the same way I did as before, because I was sad or anxious or frustrated or just caught up in my own head. Seeing the confusion and worry on my other dog Maggie's face as she looks for Max, sniffing behind furniture for him, just being alone with all that, sitting with that, not being able to hide from it, is the worst part of being single.
You know what a real struggle is when you are single is when you are either sick or you have a medical appointment that you need some help with, or you've got a medical emergency, or maybe you just have a head cold or the flu at home and you have no one to take care of you. I'm Beth. I am on a self-love journey. I'm embracing my single life. I am 35. I would love to be married and have a family, but I also am not trying to wait for someone to come complete me. So I'm trying to enjoy my life as it is, but I am having a hard time sometimes when it comes to being by myself when I need help with something. I recently found out that I actually have to have surgery on my hip. I'm having some hip pain. I've had it for about a year now. I danced when I was younger, so it was probably inevitable, but amount of planning that I'm having to do right now to prepare for the surgery is exhausting. I'm fortunate enough that I have family that's in town. I will be staying with my parents, and because it's about a 3-week recovery where I'll not be able to walk on my leg at all. But I have a dog, and my dog is very jumpy. So my best friend is actually going to watch my dog for the first week, which I'm very grateful for. And then I've got friends that are saying they are going to do potentially like a meal train, and that's fantastic. But I had to call every single person and ask for help. Of course, my family will drop everything to help me, but not everybody has a family like that. Not everybody lives near people where they can have help. Not everyone maybe has as close as friends. And so when you're single and you do not have a dedicated partner to help you, it's 3 times as hard. And it's mentally exhausting because you're having to make all the decisions. And I know it's not just single people. I know people who are married also need help as well, because you've got family, you've got kids, and you also need help. But I just kind of want to throw it out there that people who are single, it's an extra kind of hurdle that we have to get over, because mentally I'm also dealing with the fact that I'm single, so no one wants to be with me, so therefore no one wants to take care of me. So I'm a burden. There's a lot of things going on in my brain. So single friends, I feel you. I'm with you. I understand your pain. So let me know if you've experienced this as well.
I've been single my entire life. I'm going to be turning 42 in August, and I've never had anybody love me or desire me or want to be with me. And I have so much love that I feel like that is inside of me with nowhere to go, because it can't transfer to friends or my family or my parents, because it's something separate, it's something different. And I've gathered all of this love since I was in high school, and then it just sits there and it eats me alive sometimes. And I'm bringing this up, oh my gosh, I just slammed my hand off of that. Sorry, I'm bringing this up because I'm lonely and sad, and the world is hard and horrible. And I was thinking this morning that like no one's laid next to me in bed. I've never had the comfort of someone's arms around me. When I've had difficult moments, I've gotten through them by myself most of the time. Now I have a beautiful family of brothers and my mother and my dad when he was alive, and I love them. I'm grateful for them. But there's something different about having somebody that's there for you, next to you, with you, and it's a different kind of loneliness if you've been single all of your life. And I know that there are people who get this. There are people who follow me that get this. But I was thinking about it in terms of just bigger worldly issues as well. the fear of the world and the difficulties that we are seeing. And again, this is minuscule on the level of what some people are facing, but it doesn't mean that it's nothing. And I have to figure out how to deal with these feelings. But the idea that, like, I don't go home and somebody's there to talk with and cook dinner with, and I have a roommate, but we do our own things. We have our own lives. And again, it's not the same. It's not the same. And I'm always told sometimes as a single person that it's not easier on the other side. And so I guess I just wanted to say to people who get this feeling that you're not alone, and I know that it's difficult, but I also know that there's a certain type of strength that has been developed that I have because of my experiences in my life that has led me to be able to do difficult things. And it's difficult being alone, and it's okay to feel lonely, and it's okay for it to feel hard and scary. So just know that you're not alone, and know that I see you and I'm there with you. And I'm still seeking to find ways to make it easier for myself. And I really, really do wish to make it easier for others. So if you're lonely, know that I'm sorry, and know that I'm sitting in the lonely with you. I hope you have a good day, everybody.
I'm going to share this because I know it's real, and I know that I'm not the only person sitting in this. If you are single, you're feeling this. Like, I'm single, and I last night was having just sad girl moments, okay? About being single and not having a partner and just feeling lonely. And it's like, it's so ridiculous, because then I'll tell myself, like, why do I sit here feeling sorry for myself and feeling sad about this one part of my life when I am so unbelievably blessed? Like, I am dumb blessed, like, to the point where I'm like, I don't even deserve it. Like, I don't deserve all that the Lord has provided for me in my life. The fact that I know him and have a relationship with him is the biggest blessing of my life. Like, why is that not enough in moments like this where I just feel sad that I am not with someone, that I don't have a partner? And then I felt the Lord speak to me last night, and he said, you cannot deny that. You can't deny these feelings. It doesn't matter. Like, you are so grateful in every other aspect of your life, and I know that, Allie, right? He's like, I know that you're grateful, but that will never take away the fact that I have literally wired you and all of us to be loved and love. Like, that's what he's made. He's made us for marriage. He's made us to be with someone. Like, that's his ultimate plan. Like, so it doesn't matter how much. It doesn't matter. I can't fight that. I can't fight those feelings of wanting to be with somebody, because that's what God has planned for me, right? But y'all, I don't know. I feel so guilty sometimes for, like, ever getting sad about that, because I'm like, if I never get married, that should be enough. Like, everything God's given me already should be enough. I shouldn't feel unsatisfied. It's okay to feel sad about being single. It's okay to feel that emptiness in your life where you just want to be with somebody, because ultimately that is God's plan for us. It's just about waiting, and it's just about trusting that his timing is perfect with it. But yeah, it's tough sometimes, and it is cliche, but whatever, it's real, because you're human, and as long as you're human, you're gonna feel that way. What?
Hi besties, the worst part of being single is you have to celebrate milestones all by yourself and achievements all by yourself. You have to, like, make tough decisions all by yourself. And also, you also feel like you're not being seen or you're not being heard. Like, you constant questions from your family and friends. Like, you have to kill bugs all by yourself. Like, it's very tough. And trust me, sweetheart, if you feel this way, if you feel like you're not being seen, you feel like you're not being heard, you're not all by yourself, sweetheart. There are a lot of us who feel that way. So you should know that it's okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. You're being seen. You're being heard. We love you. Trust me, we do. We love you so much. And please take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Love yourself so much. Give yourself all the love you have and all the love you can, because